Folks, stop sending your Pokemon cards to be graded. Just stop. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys know that I love you, that God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. Today, we are going to talk about Pokemon card grading and just grading cards in general, specifically that CGC, as of like an hour ago, has just hiked their prices a lot more again, and now they're even more expensive than PSA. So we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss why we really should stop sending in our Pokemon cards to get graded, and kind of what is going to happen with the market based on some predictions. And if you just look at the overall volume of things, it's really obvious that the market for graded cards is going to crash here in the future. If this is your first time to the channel and you like all things Pokemon, I bring you 2 or 3 videos a week on openings and news. So if you want to stay up to date, hit that subscription button and that notification bell so YouTube tells you when I put up new videos. Okay guys, jumping right into it. As of about an hour ago from me recording this video, I got an email from CGC saying that they have increased prices. And I saw this email and I was like, here we go. I've been telling people this is going to happen ever since PSA jacked their prices up. And then they basically shut down to where you could only send in at the very top tier, most expensive tiers. As soon as that happened, I've been telling people CGC is going to jack their prices. CGC is going to jack their prices. CGC is going to jack their prices. It's going to happen, and it's going to be really, really expensive. And I just got that email about an hour ago. And if you look at this graphic right here, you can see that they made a nice little pretty graphic for us, okay? They made a nice little pretty graphic for us. You can see at first glance, it doesn't look that bad. It says bulk is $15 with a 50 card minimum, max value $250 per card. So they did increase that max value to $250 per card for bulk. It used to be $100 per card. Economy is now $25, the max value of $500. Standard is now $35 with a max value of $1,000. Express is now $60 with a max value of $10,000. And walkthrough is now $125 with no value guaranteed. So you think bulk, 15 bucks for bulk, that's not bad. But here's where it gets really, really bad. The subgrades are now $10 per card. Initially, CGC started off, I believe it was at $8 per card for bulk with $5 subgrades. And then they jacked it up a little bit, and then the subgrades went up to like $7. And now we're looking at $15 per card with $10 subgrades per card. So to get a CGC graded card with subgrades, which is one of the huge benefits of getting CGC or Beckett over PSA, besides the fact that they grade better and they're more strict on their grading, but that's a story for another video, is the subgrades actually explaining to you why the card has received the grade that it's getting. It will cost $25 per card for a bulk order to get your cards graded through CGC in bulk. Now, if we do just a little bit of math real quick, I'm not a huge math whiz, so I'm gonna pull up my handy dandy calculator. $25 times $50, that is $1,250 to get 50 cards graded. Now, I personally do have 2 bulk submissions at CGC that have been there for a while, and my first bulk submission of about 55 cards, and almost all of them had subgrades, was $600. $600. So CGC has effectively doubled their prices. $10 for subgrades. That's a lot. And so a CGC has basically doubled their prices, and their wait times are really a lot longer than they used to be. And this is all understandable. I'm not bashing CGC. I'm not complaining about CGC. I'm just laying out the facts that I've learned. I sent off a bulk submission to CGC and they received it on December 17th. And when I mailed it out, they were still quoting 30-day lead times on bulk. It is, as of today, it is April 21st, and 2 days ago, they finally scheduled that order for grading. So a 30-day submission that was quoted 30-day submission when I sent it has taken over 4 months. And I understand they've increased their lead times and all that. I get it. It's fine. I'm not upset. It's totally cool. I'm really not mad about it. I'm just using that as an example to show that CGC is no longer, as of right now, they are no longer the cheaper and the faster option for grading your cards. Now, I personally do believe that they are the best option for grading your cards, and it is where I will continue to grade my cards personally because I like their slabs. I think they have the best slabs, and I personally enjoy how they are strict on their cards, and I think PSA has some massive consistency issues with their grading. But like I said, that is a topic for another video. But CGC exploded for grading Pokemon cards because they were the fastest and the cheapest, and that is no longer the case. So here is my reasoning why we got to stop grading all of these Pokemon cards, guys. Now, obviously, I know some of y'all are going to jump in the comments, and people have told me this before. Will, Pokemon cards aren't the reason that everything's backed up. It's sports cards. Yes, I understand. I get that sports cards are being sent into PSA and Beckett at higher volumes and higher amounts of Pokemon cards, but Pokemon is playing its fair share of the role. And guys, this is the worst time to ever grade your cards right now. We should not be grading our cards. Granted, these price increases don't take effect until April 28th. So if you want to grade something, like, send it out now, because I'm going to record this video and upload it right as the same day. Like I said, I got the email an hour ago. But beyond that, this is not the time to be grading cards, guys, for many reasons. Chiefly among them, PSA is closed. Okay, you can't send to PSA unless you're wanting to spend hundreds of dollars to grade one card. Beckett is very expensive. I think Beckett is $30 or $35 to grade to grade a card in bulk. And then now CGC, we're looking at, if you want subgrades, you're looking at $25 a card. Plus, who knows, they might be up at 6 months, past 6 months lead time for bulk orders. And all of these things are fine. And I totally understand why all these companies are doing this. When you get massive amounts of orders coming in like this, you have to do something to slow things down. PSA tried raising the prices. That didn't work. PSA closed down. Now what's going to happen? Everybody that was going to send to PSA so they could hopefully get a quick flip is now going to send to Beckett and CGC. Now CGC is jacking their prices. What's going to happen next? Anybody? Anybody? Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess? Anybody? No? CGC is going to close next. CGC is going to cut off their orders next. I promise you. It might be a month. It might be 6 months, but it's going to happen. And this is not the time to be grading cards, because everybody that's trying to make a quick buck is sending in every common and uncommon vintage card to get graded so they can sell it for $40 instead of $2. And everybody is sending in regular ultra rare Vs and EXs and things that normally wouldn't be getting graded, and things that wouldn't normally have a market for grading. And the companies are just getting backlogged with all of these cards. And guys, what is going to happen without any question, beyond a shadow of a doubt, my friends, there is going to come a time in the near future, maybe 12 months or 10 months from now, that all of these millions and millions and millions and millions of cards that are at these 3 grading companies waited to be graded, when those cards hit the market, there is going to be a massive flood of graded cards hitting the market, owned in large part by a bunch of people who don't care about the hobby and who just want to make money. And what's going to happen is all these people are just going to want to get their money back, and they're going to want to sell these cards as fast and as cheap as they can. And you are going to see a massive tank in the graded card market, because it grew so rapidly and so fast, and people were grading so many cards that never have been graded before, that really don't have any business being graded. And it's just such a huge spike. And then now we're at a lull, and when all of these cards come back in, you have people that are sitting on tens of thousands of dollars worth of fees, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of fees, and people sitting on tens and hundreds of thousands worth of cards and volume of cards waiting to get those back. After they've been waiting for those cards to come back for 10 months, 12 months, and then having all of that money invested that they have to pay once they go to grade, you better believe that a lot of these people that were just doing it to make money are going to just want to get that money back as fast as possible. And when all these millions of cards come in and start to get listed on eBay and start to get listed on Mercari and start to get listed on whatnot, it is going to be a very rapid and very aggressive rush to the bottom of pricing for these cards to be dumped. Now, for somebody that maybe wants to pick up some graded cards of things that they like, could be a good opportunity to get some for cheap. And when we talk about all this happening, I think the exclusion is like the top tier cards. When you get your cards that are gem mint 10s, you get your vintage cards that are coming in 10s, your first edition cards that are coming in 10s. I think those are going to hold their own value. And we're going to see a massive amount of cards that are just dumped on the market. And the price is just going to be, like I said, a rapid rush to the bottom. And so that is why right now just is not the time to be grading cards. My friends, don't grade cards right now unless you have some stuff that you really you want to get it graded for your own personal collection. Send those off to CGC in the next few days. But if you're trying to grade cards to flip, if you're trying to grade cards to make some quick money, unless you have the cream of the crop, unless you have the really nice rare vintage cards that you're trying to make money on, it's probably a bad move to keep trying to grade cards just to flip them real quick, because you're not going to make a whole lot and it's going to take you a long time to get those cards back. So like I said, I just got this email from CGC about the price increases on everything, and they do say that the price increases don't go into effect until April 28th, 2021. So if you did have some stuff that you were waiting to get graded that you wanted for your personal collection, you do have a couple days left to do that, and I would recommend doing that quickly. But if you're just grading to make money or you're grading for an investment, unless you're willing to wait it out and hold on to some cards that you just have a good speculation on, or you got a whole bunch of vintage cards that you're just wanting to grade so they're preserved and you're going to hold on to them for 5 or 10 years, outside of those situations, this is not the time to be grading cards. Save your money, save your cards being sent off somewhere else. And personally, I have a bunch of cards that I would like to grade for the personal collection, and I'm just going to hold on to them and sleeve them up and keep them safe, because once all these cards come back, it's going to be a massive rush to the bottom, and prices are going to tank, and we're going to see some crazy stuff happen. And the Pokemon market has some interesting things that are coming in the future, but I'm going to say it again, guys, now is not the time to be grading your Pokemon cards. All right, my friends, well, I hope I earned your subscription. I hope you check out some of my other videos right here. Lots of great stuff for you guys to enjoy. And if you haven't already, hit that subscription button and that notification bell. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today and be the change you want to see in the world. We'll see you next time.